2021, the year the media and the world tried to get back to normal. The pandemic is now a subject of scripted dramas and movies, helping us process it. But it's not over yet, and some things have changed forever. So here are our top 10 media stories of the year. Number 10, deplatforming Donald Trump. Twitter permanently banning the president just days after the Capitol insurrection, while Facebook gave him a timeout.
Our breaking news this hour, Facebook says former President Donald Trump will not be allowed back on its platforms until at least January 7th, 2023.
While Trump cries censorship, social media CEOs are just trying to figure out where to draw the line. Number 9, TV news turnover. Chris Cuomo out at CNN after text messages showed how he helped his governor brother fight sexual harassment allegations. Now both Cuomos are out of jobs. Soon, the 9 p.m. time slot at MSNBC is in for a change too, with Rachel Maddow renewing her contract but expanding into documentaries and preparing to leave her daily hour. MSNBC also needs to replace Brian Williams, who signed off in December with a warning.
For the first time in my 62 years, my biggest worry is for my country.
And over at Fox, a very different departure. Lou Dobbs ousted without explanation, but it happened 24 hours after he was named in a defamation lawsuit. At the end of the year, Chris Wallace announced he was leaving Fox on his own terms. He's joining CNN and its forthcoming streaming service. Number 8, Oprah's bombshell interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The revelations shook the royal family, with the Duchess of Sussex citing the family's, quote, concerns about baby Archie's skin color. She said she felt so alone, she contemplated suicide.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
Fallout from the interview rippled across the media, and when a co-anchor called out Piers Morgan for his anti-Meghan rants, he stormed off the set of his British morning show.
You continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not mine.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do
This is
this.
absolutely diabolical behavior.
He then left the network. As for Harry and Meghan, they are now making podcasts and TV shows, which leads me to number 7, the streaming wars. Hollywood giants are trying to get even bigger, investing more and more in streaming series to keep you subscribed. Streaming is the focus of AT&T's deal to spin off Warner Media, including CNN, and combine it with Discovery. If okayed by regulators, the new standalone company will take shape in mid-2022, going head-to-head with Netflix and Disney. In 2021, shows like Squid Game and Ted Lasso won attention and awards, and studios kept experimenting by putting movies like Black Widow both on streaming and in theaters at the same time. When Disney did that, Scarlett Johansson shocked Hollywood by suing for breach of contract, showing that the rules are being rewritten every day. Number 6, daring reporting from Afghanistan. As the Taliban encroached on Kabul and the U.S. withdrawal turned chaotic, reporters became the eyes and ears of the world.
They've just told me to stand to the side because I'm a woman.
CNN's Clarissa Ward documented the Taliban's takeover despite all the uncertainty and earned praise from fellow journalists. Behind the scenes, Ward and hundreds of others worked to evacuate endangered reporters, assistants, drivers, and other Afghans who worked with Western media. The local reporters who remain there face a hostile climate. Which brings me to number 5, the continuing crackdown on global press freedom. In Hong Kong, police raided a pro-democracy newspaper in June, arresting top editors. A month before that, this incident shocked the world. A dissident Belarusian journalist arrested after his commercial flight was forced down in essentially a state-sponsored hijacking.
Have we seen anything like this before?
No, is the short answer.
Countries around the world are rolling back the rights of reporters in sometimes brazen ways. The Committee to Protect Journalists says a record high number of reporters are behind bars now, with China being the worst jailer. Number 4, the woke wars. It's an awakening over racial and social injustice to some, but an overreaction to others. Is it cancel culture or consequence culture? And whatever it's called, has it gone too far? These debates raged across media all year.
It will eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk.
This is called a purge. It's a mentality that belongs in Stalin's Russia.
Canceling Dr. Seuss isn't stupid, it's intentional.
Of course, Dr. Seuss wasn't canceled. his legacy company simply decided to stop publishing a few titles that had racist imagery. But free speech issues are real, and alternatives are emerging for people who want to bypass traditional book publishers, newspapers, and other gatekeepers. Writers are flocking to Substack and launching newsletters, a new model that brings fresh debates over free speech. Number 3, January 6th denialism. The big lie about Trump winning the election led to the big deny, desperate attempts to erase the violent reality of the riot.
You see people walking around and taking pictures. They don't look like terrorists, they look like tourists.
That's Fox's highest rated star trying to rewrite history. While commentators stoke conspiracy theories, right-wing media barely covers the real news about the insurrection's aftermath or the new efforts to subvert democracy at the state level. What we are losing in America is a sense of shared reality, but the big lie may cost its crusaders.
Breaking just a short time ago, Fox facing a $1.6 billion lawsuit accused of spreading election lies.
And that was just the beginning. 2 voting tech companies have filed multiple defamation suits against Fox News and other networks. And a series of blockbuster books continue to reveal what really happened during Trump's final days in the White House. Number 2, the Facebook reckoning. A whistleblower was heard around the world, first through the Facebook Files, a series of Wall Street Journal stories based on leaks from inside Facebook. Then the source, Frances Haugen, stepped forward.
I believe Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. The company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people.
Haugen alleged that the company's own research showed its platforms can be toxic for children and society writ large, but that the company failed to take action. CEO Mark Zuckerberg pushed back, saying many of her claims didn't make sense. But Haugen gave new momentum to governments that want to rein in social media. Anti-social media was a through line for the entire year, bringing us to the number 1 media story of 2021. The vaccine disinformation divide. Reliable info about COVID-19 vaccines helped people get vaxxed and protected. But anti-vax lies and distortions went viral from Facebook to Fox in ways that worsened the pandemic's terrible toll. The right-wing media machine took conspiracy theories from the fringes and moved them to the mainstream.
Radical left-wing fanatics who are bent on forcing each and every American to get themselves injected with an experimental, unproven drug.
Fox News demonized Dr. Anthony Fauci.
This is what people say to me, that he doesn't represent science to them. He represents Joseph Mengele.
And the anti-science rhetoric cost lives. Several right-wing radio hosts who resisted vaccines died of COVID. TV stars who claimed to respect their audience actually put them at risk. Big tech platforms said they tried to clean up the garbage, but the vaccine divide is a sad reflection of a choose-your-own-news culture. It's incumbent on everyone to choose carefully. Brian Stelter, CNN, New York.